Welcome to Wholly Prepped, the channel where the logistics of managing a home are simplified and preparing meals is a joy, not a chore, so you have more energy for the hobbies you enjoy and the people you love. In today's video, I'm going to take you through some super easy breakfast preps that are regulars at our house. If you end up liking what you see and would like the step-by-step guide to recreate these meals as efficiently as possible, I have included a list of the key ingredients as well as the order I cooked in at the end of the video so you can screenshot them. I'll also break down the budget and share some ways to save. On this day, I'm actually doing a full week's worth of meal prep, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for our family of 4. So as you can imagine, I'm really looking to overlap as many tasks as I can. I have the oven preheated to 415 so I can get the bacon and sausage going. In the Instant Pot, I'm boiling a dozen eggs for snacks through the week. I've moved on to dicing the apples for the oatmeal. I want this to be a small dice so I don't have to pre-cook them before adding them to the batter. Off camera, I washed some blueberries and now I'm topping off the strawberries and cutting them into quarters for the yogurt parfaits. I'll leave some of the strawberries whole because my kids are more likely to eat them that way. And I'll just set them aside until I'm ready to assemble the yogurt bowls. I know the bacon will be finished soon, so I split and buttered the English muffins so they can go in next. With it being summer, no one wants the oven on any longer than necessary, so by stacking the tasks in this order, we're not wasting any energy or time. The oatmeal is going to have the longest inactive cook time once we get it mixed and set to bake. I'll set the timer for 25 minutes and start checking it for doneness then. It will probably need a few more minutes than that, but that way I don't forget it. I have made so many versions of baked oatmeal so many times that I don't really have a particular recipe. It's usually 3 or so cups of oats, anywhere from 2 to 4 eggs, a fruit of some kind, usually some protein powder or yogurt to boost the protein, and some sort of milk alternative, and some vanilla. In this case, I added some cinnamon and some nutmeg to give the apples really good flavor. And I kind of got so focused on seasoning the apples that I, out of habit, started mixing the wet ingredients in one bowl and the dry ingredients in another, like I would for other baking recipes, but that really isn't necessary, and you can just use one big bowl. The last ingredient we need to cook to start being able to assemble is the fried eggs. Now that the eggs are finished, it's time for assembly mode, starting with the sandwiches. I want to get the bacon and eggs out of the danger zone and into the freezer as quickly as I can. I'll pull these out midweek to thaw in the fridge overnight so the texture of the egg is better than microwaving straight from frozen. We enjoy having an easy handheld breakfast for on the go without having to take a trip through the fast food lane. If you're enjoying these tips on staying efficient in the kitchen, be sure to give this video a like. Yogurt parfaits are pretty classic, but I had found in the past that they wouldn't really hold me long enough until I started using a higher protein yogurt and adding some fat and fiber mix-ins like the granola and seed mix make them a lot more satiating. My children don't like the seed mix, so one asked for pistachios and the other wanted peanut butter, but we were out, so I just set the container in the bowl so I could add it later. If you're anything like me and you watch other food content creators, you wonder if their family actually liked the meals. During the week, we all put our own spin on things. My husband quite literally took his yogurt for a spin. The kids ate their oatmeal like a giant snack bar. I like mine heated with syrup and milk, but I honestly didn't need the syrup and I skipped it the second morning. I paired my sandwich with some broccoli I had prepped on a sheet pan right after the oatmeal came out of the oven. The broccoli and cherries just add some much needed fiber to this meal. Let's discuss cost briefly. The USDA has healthy food plans that are compared against the Consumer Price Index each month, and you can get more info on their site. I try to manage my costs by going to a membership warehouse once a month, taking advantage of my local store's weekly sales, and then buying anything else I need from Walmart. We are also lucky enough to have a local U-Pick farm that has great prices. If I just purchased all of my preferred brands and produce from Walmart, the breakfast would average $3.25 each. So I went through and considered how I could adjust my cart without compromising the macronutrition of the meals. Now, I am not a registered dietitian or anything like that, but I have put effort into educating myself on how to feed my family in a balanced way. So even simple things like switching from name brand to generic cuts costs. The seed mix that I had bought costs like $12 or $13 by itself. Almonds or peanut butter would make a great substitution. Another easy place to save is in the produce. So cherries are in season. I love cherries. That's what I bought. But the grapes were a much better price. Kids love them. It's a great option. Just those three changes brought my total down to $47.49 or $2.37 per meal, which actually brings us below the USDA thrifty budget. If I really needed to cut down the budget, I would skip the nuts and seeds altogether. I would probably opt sausage or bacon. A lot of the sausage comes in packs of 8, so for a family of 4, everyone could have a sausage patty with their oatmeal and then have a sausage patty on their sandwich. The last change I would make would be to use a sharper cheese or maybe something strongly flavored like a Swiss cheese and just use half a slice on the sandwiches instead of a whole slice. Or honestly, if cheese is not that important to you, you could just skip it altogether. Items such as yogurt, bread, and condiments can really vary greatly in terms of their protein, fiber, and fat content. So the nutrition information is just for a reference point of how I made the meals that you see in the video. If you really care about macros, you should make choices based upon your goals and preferences and what you or your doctor and dietitian think is best. I hope you found this information useful, and if you did, and you'd like more budget conscious and balanced meals, consider subscribing. And do me a favor, leave a comment below sharing your favorite breakfast to make ahead.
Show that to the camera. Yum.
That looks so good.
Would you like to try some?
Yes.
Go get a cup.